The Chicago Bears defense no doubt got a ton better this past offseason thanks to a lot of great moves by Ryan Poles, but there is still room for growth. The Bears currently rank 31st in the NFL with only 10 sacks on the season so far. Bears need help in that department bad, and there is a team that is selling like crazy as they're in full tank mode. The Carolina Panthers, who Chicago owns their first round pick, could be looking to somehow get that pick back, or just get more draft capital as a whole, something Chicago has a ton of. And the Panthers can help Chicago out with their quarterback pressure issue by trading to the Chicago Bears Pro Bowl edge and linebacker Brian Burns. Hello everyone and welcome back to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Rohde and as always, thank you for tuning in. Today I am going to break down a little bit more about Brian Burns, what he would bring to this defense and what we could give up for him. Before I begin, please like this video, put your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you haven't already, if you please could, hit that subscribe button. So let's go more into Brian Burns. Burns is a 25-year-old 6'5", 250-pound edge slash outside linebacker. Dude is an absolute athletic monster. He was drafted by Carolina in 2019 in the first round as the 16th overall pick out of Florida State, and since coming to the NFL, he has been ripping this league up. The two-time Pro Bowler gets after a quarterback at ease. He had a career year last year across the board, which landed him a Pro Bowl appearance. Last year, he had 12.5 sacks for the Carolina Panthers, and he's had 42 overall since joining the NFL in 2019. He knows how to get after the quarterback, he knows how to stop runners at ease, and so far he has 4 sacks this year. Like I was kind of saying earlier, he knows how to stop a running back. He had 17 tackles for loss last year for Carolina, along with over 60 total tackles. He is so good at taking away any sort of offensive run plan against his defense because he has to go to the other side, which allows for more predictions and more help where he flies over there, and overall he would help the 5th ranked rushing defense improve even more. But what I'm again bringing him in for is making him a quarterback nightmare, and the sacks is just part of it. Even though they don't count as sacks, he had 22 quarterback hits last year for Carolina, and so far this year he already has 9. Burns doesn't have a lot of help in Carolina either, so he's doing a lot of this on his own, and he's very much impressive. So what would I trade for him to bring him and become a Chicago Bear? There's a few things to consider here. First, one is that his numbers aren't up like he was doing last year, again maybe because he doesn't have help, but he's still a game wrecker. And just so I put it out there, I'm not giving Carolina their first round pick back for him. No chance. Our first 2 picks are more valuable than anything, and Ryan Poles can get the ultimate haul for both of them. Also, the Chicago Bears would have to re-sign Brian Burns. This is the last year on his contract, which he still owed over $8 million this year that Chicago would have to pay him, but he's an unrestricted free agent next year. So if Chicago sees Burns in their long-term plans and he can produce, yeah, of course they can re-sign him. But I'm not giving up a top pick for a guy that might be gone after this year and we're just using him as a rental. Even with the team winning this upcoming Sunday night, if they do and becoming 3-5, they're still in a very interesting position as they take on the Saints and then the Panthers, which they could be 500 after playing that Panthers game, but we don't know yet because honestly, we don't have time travel. But again, I'm not giving up a lot for a guy that could not be on this team next year. So if I'm Ryan Poles, I'm giving the Carolina Panthers for Brian Burns a 3rd next year, and then the following year, another 3rd. He is a valuable player. There is no doubt about it. It also shows Burns that you are going to invest in him, and Ryan Poles is only going to make this trade if he sees Burns in the future. Hell of a player. And also, I would up those trades a little bit if Carolina is willing to take on the luxury tax of an extension on his contract. Hell of a player, but a big risk. Put your thoughts in the comment section below if you want Brian Burns to come to the Chicago Bears. But with that, thank you very much for joining this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Rohde, and as always, bear down.